Everyone talks about saving. Save 10%, save 20%, open a 401k, let it ride. But here's the question. If generational wealth really came from saving, why don't you know more families who've done it? Here's the truth. The real secret to building a legacy isn't just saving, it's buying. Not buying stocks, not buying crypto, buying businesses. Because when you own the gears of commerce, the thing that creates cash flow, you get to play a whole different game. I call it quiet compounding. It's how you can turn one deal into multi-generational empire without a billion-dollar trust fund, without starting from scratch, and without playing the lottery. I'm John Stoddard from DealFlowSystem.net. I've helped buyers close over $33 million in small business acquisitions, and I've raised over $50 million to fund deals. If you're working full-time and want to buy a profitable business without wasting years on junk deals, this video is for you. Part 1, the silent power of acquisitions. What are most people's idea of wealth building? It's get a job, put money into an index fund, hope it doubles every 20 years. That's not terrible advice. It's not risky at all, not terrible. But let's be honest. It's slow, it's passive, and it's fragile. What happens if the market tanks the year you want to retire? Or inflation quietly eats away 30% of your purchasing power? Owning a business flips that equation. You control the cash flow, you control the growth, you decide if it's worth 2x more or 10x more when you sell. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Owning a business is exactly that, but better. Because unlike stock, you can pull the levers to make it worth more. This is what private equity does every single day. They're not gambling in the stock market. They're buying income streams, optimizing them, and stacking them. That's called quiet compounding. Part 2, unlocking compounding beyond the stock market. Let's say you buy a business doing $500K in profit. You grow it to $1 million. That's nice, fantastic. You doubled your income. But here's the kicker. In the acquisition world, valuations are based on multiples of profit. If you bought it at 3x earnings and grow it to 1 million profit, and suddenly that size of business now sells for 5x earnings, you didn't just double your money, you tripled or quadrupled your equity on paper. That's what Adam Coffey, who's been on my show 3 times, talks about his private equity playbook, the multiples jump. You can go from 2 million EBITDA company to a 5 million EBITDA company, and you move into a whole different buyer pool willing to pay a premium. Charlie Munger said it best. The big money is not in buying or selling, but in waiting, except in acquisitions. It's in the waiting and the growing. Part 3, strategic hunting and finding your first acquisition. Now, here's where most people get stuck. What kind of business should I buy? I'll tell you, and you might be surprised. You don't need the next Uber. You need a boring business with stable cash flow. Think recession resistant, repeat customers, high switching costs, that's your moat, service businesses, niche manufacturing, specialty distribution, or even healthcare plays. And here's the thing. You don't need to use all your own cash. You can leverage SBA loans up to 90%, seller financing, and investor commitments, the same way a PE firm does. PE never buys with 100% cash. Why should you? Ray Dalio built Bridgewater with a principle. He who lives by the crystal ball will eat shattered glass. Translation? Stop guessing. Pick something that works in good markets and bad. Part 4, the multi-generational blueprint. Let's zoom out a little bit, because buying one business isn't about replacing your salary. It's about building something your kids and their kids can benefit from. That means holding great businesses long term, training the next generation in actual ownership, putting structures in place so the wealth stays in your family. Private equity calls this strategy the roll-up strategy. You buy one, then another, and each one compounding the others. By the time your kids step in, they're inheriting a machine, not just a lump sum. Part 5, your legacy starts now. Here's the mistake most people make. They wait. They think they need 10 million in the bank to start buying. That's not true. You need the right deal, the right structure, and the willingness to get in the game. Start networking now. Start learning how to evaluate deals and find the good ones versus the bad. Start talking to owners and sellers. You can't compound what you don't start. All right, I'm going to wrap up. If you want the playbook I use to help buyers go from working full-time to owning a profitable business, grab my book. It's in the description below, and it's packed with real-world strategies to find on and off-market deals, value them, and raise capital fast. Save months, skip rookie mistakes, and own a business sooner. You don't have to figure this out alone. You could shortcut the learning curve. I'm John Stoddard, and I'll see you on the next one.